TBISE, the best in sports entertainment. We're here live in Parliament, USA. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. As you can see, we have surpassed 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, 100,000 subscribers on Instagram. We appreciate the love that we've been receiving. So let's get into the sports world. So I want to start off. I know you were a Jalen Brunson boy, but we look at SGA. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander just won the MVP. He's the best player in the league right now, in my opinion. And then you look at what he did after winning the MVP. You saw he bought his whole team Rolexes. I don't know if you've seen that. He's just giving back to his guys. But I want to speak a little bit about SGA. SGA just, I believe he should have won the MVP last year, and I believe and he won it this year, and he may be able to win it again next year. But if you look at that team, the Oklahoma City Thunder team, that team has a lot of young players. I mean, they drafted players. That team's going to be good for a very, very long time. They have all the right pieces. They have a center. They have a small forward. They have a point guard. They have a bunch of role players, a lot of three-point shooters, a lot of defenders. So that team is really, geared to make a push for the years to come. So how do you feel about this young man and this team winning the MVP? What's your thoughts on these young guys, man?
Well deserved. Boy, especially everybody getting him breaking bread with his men, buying him more Rolexes.
Yeah.
That well deserved too.
Yeah.
So everybody is, loving that he not only got this award, but he's showing the love and appreciation to his teammates, because without them, he couldn't be him. You understand what I'm saying? So he need them to, be grabbing rebounds, passing him the ball, and he doing what he do with it best.
Making shots.
Exactly. Oh. So that's why he went ahead and gave back to his teammates like that. So it's a good thing to see him go ahead and get honored in that way.
Yeah, and as we know, they are facing Anthony Edwards, another superstar in the league. For the Minnesota Timberwolves. Ant-Man. They're facing him right now, and it's a tough task. They won the first game, as we saw. Game 1, Game 2 is scheduled for scheduled for tonight. Now Anthony Edwards, he got to bounce back. He has to show improve tonight, and get his team back.
We was talking about Anthony Edwards losing the game the other day, and he bounced back, right?
Yeah, I mean, they won. They lost when they played last game. They lost was against LA. Yeah. They ended up winning that series, but
exactly
he come back.
And he taking a victory lap around the building.
Yeah. So now, I don't think he's gonna be doing that in OKC.
Who you like in the series?
OKC.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. That's. So you'll be stunned to see Anthony Edwards in them win.
Yeah,
the Timberwolves.
I'll be highly surprised to see
highly surprised.
Yeah, I just don't think that they can match the energy. They got too many players.
The intensity and then they got a lot of young players too. OKC.
Yeah, so I said they got a lot. They got a lot of youth. Not saying Minnesota don't, but the youth that Oklahoma City Thunder have, they have youthful, skillful players who can play.
Right.
And they're kind of like taking over and crunch time or minutes in the game, whereas though it's like detrimental for you to make the right play, and they've been making the right play and also propelling their team to win. But also we had a game last night. Indiana Pacers go up to New York, get their win. New York, a lot of people thought that Tyler Burton hit that that 3-pointer, but it was only a 2. Then he did the Reggie Miller. I don't know if you saw, he did the
he choked.
Yeah, he did that. Like he's strangling. So it shows he knows his history. Of basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And this series, I did pick the Knicks to win this series, but
you seen something, huh? It's something that gave you a reasonable doubt.
Yeah, I mean, not that I think this.
You still got this. You still with your same picks, but you seen something like
games. Yeah, I gave it 6 games though. I said 6 games in my opinion. I think 6 games, 7 games. But,
6 games, Knicks.
But they won on the Knicks' home court.
So, went in their crib and snatched a little steak out their mouth.
Yeah, so they ended up winning that game. But this is going to be a real good series because they kind of match up so well.
Mm-hmm.
And this will make the series in these games were real close. But let's flip on to football. Well, I'm actually before we go. What's up with Brunson and them, man? How you feel about the Knicks? You think they can still win this year?
Yeah.
Who did you have? The Pacers or the Knicks?
I said it's a toss up. Like you said get 6. I said 7. Somebody going. I don't know who going to lose.
Yeah,
but it can go either way. I won't be shocked if the Knicks win or if the Pacers win. Would you be shocked if the Pacers won?
No.
Okay, all right. So
No.
basically, it's even matched to you.
Yeah,
me too. It's very much even.
It match up very, very well.
Yeah, so it won't be no surprise to me anyway for whoever comes out of that dog fight, because that's going to be a dog fight. Whoever come out on the other side of it with the victory, it won't surprise me if it's either one of them.
Yeah, and
it's not like one team is playing a lesser team and I'm making my pick, or there was a super upset, because it's not going to be no upset to me either team that wins.
So we got the tush push, it upheld, meaning that it's still going to be a legal play in the NFL going forward. Green Bay led the charge in trying to dismantle this whole, operation as far as the tush push. A lot of Eagles players made it like, hey, listen, it ain't nothing but a yard. But just to feel the hate, when you're doing something so well and success breeds envy. So the envy of the Green Bay Packers, maybe they can't do it. Maybe
not just the Green Bay Packers, other teams too.
What I'm saying, they were the ones who lit the fuse, in my opinion.
Yeah,
they're the ones who.
I give it to them like that, but they've been trying to get this out the way for a couple years now. This ain't like it just came to light. They've been trying to work on removing the tush push for a couple years. So it's Green Bay that been leading the charge in this year off-season meeting about the tush push. Mm-hmm. But prior year, the last 2 years before this year, they've been talking about this play. Oh, it hurt you. Oh, this is football, man. Yeah. This is a basically quarterback sneak. That's all it is. It's a quarterback sneak, like the other sports analyst. He got on there. He said, okay, you take the tush push from Philadelphia, right? It usually be on the 1 yard line, something of a 1 yard gain. Am I correct? We got the best running back in football. All them touchdowns is going to be transferred from Jalen Hurts to Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
So whereas though Saquon Barkley had 30 touchdowns in one season, he'll be having 60, 70 now.
Yeah.
Because you took you can't stop us our line. They're making a gripe about a play that can't nobody else do, but can't nobody stop. I can see if others, like, if people was getting hurt. They had a report out, and it was a false report trying to say Jason Kelce, Jason Kelce retired due to an injury he received.
Tush push?
Yes, and this was all just false allegation. He got up there on his podcast and corrected that. He said, I retired because the game got old to me. It got old to me. I'm getting old. This is why I retired, not because I was injured off a play that we run so well. Like these teams, like it's Kansas City, Buffalo. All these teams I'm mentioning right now is teams that want to play out the league.
Well, Buffalo used that tush push.
And didn't. They're the only team that did it twice and didn't get it.
But they use it just as much as the Eagles from the stats. It shows that they use it.
But don't get it though.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have offensive line, and then you got a running back there who's squatting, 500-600 pounds.
And then he got his partner back there squatting 4 or 5 with him.
Yes.
What's his name?
Guy from came from the running back we just got. But
yeah.
But anyway, they got him. They got Saquon back there. They got the offensive line. They got a quarterback that squats. So they got 3 people. That's like 2,000 pounds between the 3 of them.
Yeah, and then you still got the rest of the offense.
Yeah. So I mean, of course they was gonna try to hate and stop that, but I'm glad to see that this is it's upheld and it's still available
at least for 1 more year.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be around. They can't because I look at it like this: the tush push wasn't the reason why we won the Super Bowl.
No,
it contributed a lot because I don't think did we use it in the Super Bowl? Did we ever?
Yes, we used it in the Super Bowl.
Did we score a touchdown with it?
Yes, we did.
Well, okay, so we did use it in the Super Bowl, but we put up 100 points on the Kansas City, man.
Mm-hmm.
We was blowing them out without
but
the tush push.
It was nothing that like if you took the tush push out, you couldn't say the Eagles weren't going to win the game still.
Exactly, and then if you look at Saquon's been running over. That's the most effective weapon. He's running all 2,000 yards.
That's what this sports analyst said. He said, man, if you take the tush push, they're going to be even madder talking about the Philadelphia Eagles. They're going to have a field because now, like you said, the tush push ain't nothing but a disguised quarterback sneak. Now they're going to be just straight handing this ball off to this running back, the best running back in the league. Now he's going to the touchdowns are going to transfer from Jalen Hurts to Saquon Barkley and the running backs.
Exactly. Now, and you know Saquon is amped up now.
Yeah.
He won that Super Bowl.
He won Taste Glory again.
2,000 yards, and he could have broke the record.
And he sat out a whole game.
Come on. And it was plays where he, let Gainwell get some work.
Yeah.
I'm cool. I got a $150. I ain't trying to go for a deuce.
He could have had a deuce in a lot of them games.
You're like, nah, go ahead. Let's say let Gainwell get some yards.
Let him eat a little bit.
And now by him doing that, Gainwell got paid.
Yeah, Gainwell. Yeah.
He got Gainwell paid.
Yes,
so
he did.
you look at it from a standpoint of of the selflessness of Saquon.
Mm-hmm.
People don't do that. People want all the reps they can get.
They want all the accolades, all the reps, all the praise, the shine, and everything that come with it. And then when you got a modest, humble, you got a lot of dudes that's like Saquon though.
Yeah.
That's very, very good and don't look for the spotlight and help get their teammates involved because Saquon just don't run the ball or catch the ball. He blocks it. That might be the best thing in his game. And I'm not gonna say it's better than his running ability and stuff like that, but you seeing that blitz coming and you turning into an offensive defender, meaning you got to protect your quarterback, he picks up the blitz extremely well. For a running back that does that extremely well and can tote that rock, man, he is not no selfish player, man. Yeah. He is not no selfish player, and he is the best running back in the football league right now.
Yeah, I agree. Now, the Eagles, hearing this news, right?
Right.
The players, do you think it's a sense of relief, or they feel like they didn't need it? I don't need that play. I mean, they don't really.
No, but you see what Mulatto said. He said, "All right, y'all gonna take it. He's like, what is this, a yard to get? We got the best offensive line. That's why I said what I said. Jordan Mulatto said that.
Yeah.
He said, all right. He said, we only use the play when it's a yard to get.
Mm-hmm.
We not tripping off of that. If you take it, we hand it to his horse that we got back here, which is Saquon Barkley, and we rolling on up. So it's good that they kept it because, like I say, we don't even have to run that play. Teams are so scared, right, that all we got to do is get into the formation of the play. And they diving over the line, and we ain't even got to hike the ball. They done gave us first down. As you can see in a couple games. Yeah. Dudes just come because they don't know how to defend it.
Even Washington almost got a penalty.
They almost awarded us a touchdown.
Yeah, so you do it again.
I ain't never seen that. They came on the field and said, if you do it again, we giving Philadelphia a touchdown. That was major, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know if they never came in and said that. I never heard of I heard it keep getting closer and closer and closer to first down or whatever the case may be. If you do it again, they get a touchdown. That was heavy. Yeah. That's super heavy.
Yeah, so now the league is still on notice. Yeah, Tush push.
Yeah, your Tush push is still around.
4th and 1, 3rd and 1, 2nd and 1.
Yeah.
We're going to get it done.
Yeah, push your Tush.
So, it is what it is. Now, other news, man. We got some more news out here in the world. The world of sports. Let's talk about how these NFL players are gearing up for training camp. Mm-hmm. And the veterans there. What does that show about the teams that have the veterans there right now? What does that mean by when you see a team like
dedication, hunger, not satisfied, resilient, because they ain't got to be there.
Yeah.
You know how I work. If I ain't got to be at work, I'm not going to be up here on this stage today at all. But if I'm here and I ain't got to be here, that shows I want to be paid. Yeah. That shows I want to get paid. Exactly. Not be paid. I want to get paid. There's a difference to be paid or get paid. I want to get paid. So in order to get paid, you got to put the work in. Exactly. And that's what the Philadelphia Eagles is doing with all the veterans showing up to rookies mini camp. These dudes ain't got to report until June, July.
But the Eagles really ain't the only team doing it. I'm just speaking about the
players. No, we're just speaking of
overall. Yeah, that have that mindset.
That work ethic.
I don't got to be there, but I won't be there.
But I want to be there.
I want to be there.
Yeah. So them players that have that mindset, other players that's on the team should want to stick around them.
Yeah.
Because they got a determined mind. It's somewhere that they got to be. These dudes is coming in on their day off. That's what it is. They coming in on their days off, man.
Yeah.
And they're putting in the work. They're putting in the training. They're putting in the eating right and the practicing right and the training. All that. All that makes perfection.
Yeah.
All that leads up to you being the best that you can be in whatever it is that you're doing. And so when dudes is leading by, even on certain dudes' teams, when you got these veterans coming in, it make the rookies look up like, man, a rookie on your team that came to the Philadelphia Eagles and they see Jalen Hurts out there. Man, he ain't even got to be. He out here running drills and snapping that ball all over the field crazy. That's motivation for them.
Yeah.
That's motivation for them. Like, man, we out here.
And another thing is, the rookies or the these new rookies that's coming into the NFL,
right?
They come to these teams, right? They see, I'll just use the Eagles as an example. You see Jalen Hurts, who won a Super Bowl, and then you coming from playing college football and watching them on TV win a Super Bowl, and now you come into the practice facility and you see him for the first time in there, see Saquon in there. What does that do for the kids? What does it do for them? Like, damn, wow, I just saw him on TV, now I'm playing on the same team with him.
Man, they be starstruck at first, like you said. Especially if it's a good player, such as Saquon Barkley will be speaking about. You starstruck.
Jalen Hurts.
And Jalen Hurts, you're in awe. You're in awe, like, wow, he's right here walking. Like, that takes some time to set in. But it probably don't set into the end of the season. You know what I'm saying? Like, that set in, like, this is actually my teammate. Because you're so used to sitting back and watching him perform, let alone being on his team and performing with him. That's a whole nother arena. Mm-hmm. So with this, in fact, like, by you being an eye too, it could cause you to make mistakes because you're worrying about the wrong thing. This is your teammate, now let's get busy now. Make your teammate proud because he going to make you proud. Evidently, you proud of you and looking at him, right? So with that, I get the advice of calm down, take it all in, take a couple deep breaths, and get to work. Get to work side by side with this person that you looked up to, that you're on his team now, and y'all working together. Y'all brothers. Y'all brothers in arms out there. That's all it is now.
I'm going to ask you a question, though. Look at the landscape of the NFL. Who do you expect to see? Who do you expect to see from the AFC make the Super Bowl? Who do you think it's like the person you think that can get you going with Buffalo?
I was about the rough buff, man. Hard white in them.
Kansas City got their number.
No, but they could beat Kansas City though. It's gonna come time when that like what's the name have a number? Tampa Bay. Do you think Tampa Bay will beat us this year? I don't think so.
But Tampa Bay hasn't been a team that went to the Super Bowl. They've beaten us in the.
They've beaten us in all eras.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they haven't been like a dominant force over.
But they got our number.
What I'm
regardless of the fact they got our number, do you think that they can beat the Eagles right now?
Okay, well,
no. They can beat us, and we got a better team. They beat us last year. We have a better team than them.
No, I don't think so. But if you look at the Kansas City Chiefs, they won on the road. They won at home.
Against the Buffalo Bills.
They're proven to be,
elite.
Right. Now,
Buffalo is proven to be elite. It's just something that people got to get past. Like in sports, you got to get past that your nemesis. It be certain nemesis and dudes that keep coming up against them and losing. But eventually, in time, that will break.
Now let's see. Now, so you say Buffalo coming out of the AFC.
I like Buffalo. I like Ravens. I like
who out of one team? Who you think is coming out?
Out the whole AFC.
Right now, you just had to pick somebody right now. Before training camp, before preseason, all that.
Can I give three? But I'm gonna pick out the three who I think. All right, you got Kansas City. You got to pick Kansas City. The Bills and the Ravens. And I want to put Cincinnati in there, but I'm gonna go ahead and lead them out right now.
That's the usual. That's the same usual suspects.
Okay, well yeah, it's always usually the same guys.
Know who I'm gonna throw in there though? It's a dark horse, but if they could fix that defense down there, the Bengals.
That's what I'm saying. Cincinnati. I just said that's why I said Cincinnati. I said I want to put Cincinnati in there right now, but all right,
So okay, you say Cincinnati now.
No, I gotta give you who you asked me. The question from you, if I'm correct, is what team do I think will come out the AFC? Correct?
Yes.
All right.
You said
I'm
3.
going with. No, I said I'm gonna give you 3, but I got to pick one.
Okay.
But I like the Kansas City, Rough Buff, which is Buffalo Bills, and the Ravens. I want to throw Cincinnati in there, but I'm gonna just hold off on them right now. But out that 3 I just gave you, Kansas City, Ravens, Rough Buff, I gotta go Rough Buff this time around.
Yeah, and
not like what I would like to see, but Rough Buff is definitely they like. Would you be surprised to see them come out the AFC?
No,
would it shock you?
No,
like,
that,
wow, Buffalo
that wouldn't be
came
surprised.
out.
But I wouldn't be surprised to see them lose again. You know what I'm saying, I wouldn't be surprised to see them lose again. Like Lamar Jackson is spectacular through the regular season. You know,
and the playoffs is his kryptonite.
Josh Allen is spectacular, but they just can't get over the. They can't
get over the
make
hump.
it to that. At least make it to the big game. They haven't been able to make it to the big game. So, you know, for me, did make it to the big game. The Bengals, they made it to the big game. They beat Kansas City and they went to the big game. So for me, that would be the team, like I said, the dark horse. If they can fix that defense. But you got a deadlock on the Eagles making it. Nobody beating the Eagles in the
No,
NFC.
I'm not saying nobody, because the Eagles, like I told you in the last segment, the Eagles have a brutal schedule, and that's something that I'm worried about. They are the first team in NFL history to have Super Bowl champion that has a brutal schedule. Like, no team in that Super Bowl era has been placed with this type of pressure on them after winning the Super Bowl. Now, granted, do you pay the best stuff and all that? Yes, they try to make your schedule a little harder where the competition can get right. But the schedule that the Eagles have is the worst, like, run. Like, when I say worst, meaning the most brutalest run in NFL history, man. Like, come on, man.
Okay, so all right, so who? If you don't have the Eagles,
no, I'm not saying I don't have the Eagles.
I'm saying if you don't have them, if you had to pick somebody else that you think that can get it done, and surpass the Eagles, would it be Dallas Cowboys?
No, Negatron.
So, what about for me, out of the NFC, if the Eagles don't make it, I can see
Detroit.
I ain't really that sold on Detroit.
You think they could be tampered with? You think they could be beat?
Yeah, not on duty. But I think
I ain't gonna go Minnesota.
No, they ain't got no quarterback.
Yeah, it really ain't no Green Bay. You like Love them? You trust Love? No. No.
I mean, I probably would have to go.
Definitely not Atlanta.
I'd probably go with the Commanders. I think the Commanders
over Dallas.
Yeah, I think Commanders can probably.
I don't think Commanders got that over Dallas.
They got. I mean, it depends on how what's called.
Dallas got the chance to be extremely well this year, but they kryptonite is the playoffs.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, Dallas is a choke artist. But I would probably just say that
But when you think about the NFC as a whole,
Debo and them probably could be somebody that you don't want to play them, and they get home field advantage.
What would you think about San Fran? San Fran done?
They just paid Purdy, but I don't. They got the best.
They don't fear me.
Yeah.
I mean, excuse me. I'm not scared of them.
Yeah. Yeah. They haven't really showed up. They haven't really been the best
as of recently. As these,
yeah.
I don't know. It's something about them that right now is just the top teams over there in that NFC. It is the Eagles, Detroit.
Detroit, Commanders. Let's keep it real.
Commanders, Green Bay,
Rams. They got
Rams is a team that I worry about,
and they got a proven quarterback who won already.
Yeah.
So there's different ways you can go with it, but for me, I picked the Eagles number one because they've done it. They've been there in the Super Bowl in the last 5 years twice, and then they have a great defense. They have a prolific offense. So I would pick the Eagles, and I would say probably the Commanders would be the second team that I would probably say would make it to the Super Bowl and have the ability to win it. So, anything else you want to add?
No, I think I probably go with your findings on that, Tawfiq.
Yeah, so about time you're agreeing with with the person who knows what they're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, so
because I usually don't do that a lot because I think I know what I'm talking about the most all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, you heard it here first. It's TBISE, the best in sports entertainment.